Hey guys, how's it going? Who is in the mood for a relationship reading? Hi, Christine and Tina Chris. Hey, Christina. Hey, Noor. Hey, Tara Paranormal. Hi, you guys. So we are in store for this moment, ladies and gentlemen, for a relationship card reading. This morning, I woke up and I was like, the collective needs a reading. Some individuals need reading. So I really kind of felt called towards relationships today. So that's the readings that I'm going to be doing today. Hey, Christina, I love it. Hey, Van Wink, so nice to see you. Please, if I butcher your name, I apologize. The screen on my phone doesn't go as fast as y'all are. Thank you, Tara. Hi, it's Kellyo. Oh, you guys are so kind to me. So kind to me today. Thank you so much for the compliments. If I butcher your name, please, I apologize. And the screen sometimes is not in sync with the reality of what's happening. So if it takes me a second or two to get to your question, please bear with me. I will do my best to get to your question. Please ask specific questions if your if your question is just way too vague, like, will I ever get married? You're going to get a vague answer. So the more specific your question, the more specific your answer. Please keep in mind that I want to get to as many as I can. So if I don't get to yours, you can always book a private one-on-one reading. All right, you guys, but this is geared towards relationships of all sorts, okay? So it's not just romantic. It could be platonic, coworker, family, whatevs, okay? Also, just know that whatever information I give you, if it doesn't feel right to you, it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Nothing I say is ever set in stone. I'm human. I make mistakes. I could be totally and completely off, okay? So, hold on. Someone is saying relationship reading, yes, with a blush color shirt. Yes, it's a good day for relationship card reading. You got it, Kota Mutt. Again, if I butcher your name, I'm so sorry. Not doing it on purpose. So remember, you want to get very specific with your questions. Okay, so I'm going to scroll back down a little bit because it's going a little faster than I am. Because there are more of you than there are of me. So please bear with me. So let me see if somebody's asked any question. Reading goes for married too. Yes, Sonam, if you're already married, absolutely. So relationship of any sort, marriage, non-marriage, platonic, romantic, all the things, all right? So let's see here. Justina Butkovic. If I butcher your name, I'm sorry. When will I get a boyfriend? So I'm doing some tapping in on you, Justina. I keep hearing September. Now, September may not actually be when this is, because I feel like you have the potential and possibility. Remember, nothing I say is ever set in stone, and this is based off of right now, this very moment. Your choices and decisions will change or not change this. But there's a connection to September. So to me, it feels like you may just be meeting this person in September. Okay. I do feel it will be more under a social situation. So even though like the pandemic is going on and there's like a bunch of like stay-at-home orders, doesn't seem like that in LA, of course. But if you're not in LA, you might be in other places. And I do feel like there's a connection to September. So you may not be fully formed in a relationship with a boyfriend in September, but I feel like you might be meeting this person. I feel like it's a man. Okay, again, I go by energy. So if it's a woman, it's a very masculine woman. Please don't be upset at me. I go by energy, not sexual identity. So this will be a masculine energy. And it does feel to me like there's a connection to September. So maybe his birthday is in September. Maybe you meet him in September. But I do feel that you do meet under social auspices or circumstances, okay? So just kind of, that's the best information that I can give you in a short amount of time. So hopefully that helps, all right? Let's see. Hi, Katie. Tara Paranormal. Should I remain married or finalize this marriage? Okay, I don't know your situation, but as soon as I read, that's the dog, by the way, I apologize. But as soon as I read finalize this marriage, I felt a huge sense of relief and release in my body. Bonzo, shush, shush, please. He's conversing with a ball. So I got to tell you, look, ultimately you have to make your own decision, right? I can't tell you what to do, but it feels to me that the best potential timeline for you is without your current husband. Again, I'm not making this choice or decision for you. I can just tell you the information that I receive. You do with that whatever it is that you want. Bonzo, come here. Here. Oh my goodness, you guys. Seriously, he's been howling over this ball. There we go. Oh my God. So Tara, I apologize for that ball interruption, but I'm sure your husband's balls have interrupted your life at some point. Hey-o. Tara, to me, it feels like you should just finalize this marriage, but I can't make that decision for you. All right. So whatever you decide to do, let me know. All right. Have a good evening. Thank you for sharing that with me. Okay. Ashley, what can I do to get my husband more accepting, supportive of my entertainment endeavors? Okay. What is coming to me is actually not to try him to get to accept it. Why do you need his acceptance? It feels to me like to do what you need to do with this, it doesn't matter whether he accepts it or not. So really, when you're asking me what can I do, I got to tell you what it feels like to me. Bonzo, I cannot be playing ball with you right now. I'm doing an Instagram live. I got to tell you what it feels like to me is you don't do anything to try and get him to accept it. You do you, boo. Let him do his thing. Now, if he's putting you down about it, that's a whole other story. That's a whole other reading. That's a whole other mishmash. But I hope that helps. You know, there's really not much more I can say about this. Don't try and get your husband accepting. Why do you need your husband's acceptance? You do you. Okay. It doesn't feel to me like whether he accepts this or not is going to determine whether you're successful or not. That's everything to do with you, your alignment with your energy. Stay in your own lane. All right. Hopefully that helps. Hi, Eli. So nice to see you. Grace and Lee loves cats. And hey, oh my gosh. Oh, all these people, everyone that I know here. Okay, Noor. Hi, Kayla. Oh my God, so good to see you. Okay, Noor. Am I manifesting my end-all be-all partner, and have we crossed paths before? Okay, so this is a very general question. So unfortunately, you're going to get a very general answer. You're always manifesting your perfect partner. Okay, when you don't have your perfect partner, it means you're always wanting, desiring, and creating that perfect partner. So, you know, the question, have we crossed paths before? It doesn't feel like it to me, but I can tell you that you're always calling in whatever you want that you don't have yet, okay? Hopefully that helps. Hi, Fun Size Geek. So nice to see you. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Crown the Light. Grace, should I go move abroad from Canada next fall? I'm not sure how that works with relationships. I'm going to have to pass on that question. I apologize. Sonam, me and my husband are looking to plan kids. I'm assuming that means you want to plan kids. Do you see us being parents soon? Okay. So you're trying to plan a family. Got it. Or at least that's how it's coming across to me. You know, I got to tell you that the timing for me doesn't feel right. And again, I'm tapping into your energy, so I'm doing this on your behalf. Does that mean I'm right? No. Does it mean I'm wrong? No. It just means this is the information I'm getting as of this conversation. It feels to me like you should still be waiting. There's some things in terms of communication that still needs to be worked out. I got to tell you, what it also feels like is there's a view or perception from either you or your husband that having children might save the marriage or might let it last longer or something along those lines. So you might want to work on that first before you bring in children, okay? So there's some sort of disconnect between you and your husband. That's what is showing up for me right now. And again, I can be wrong, but that's just what's showing up for me right now. So if you're trying to have kids to save the marriage, that doesn't feel like it's a good reason to have children, okay? But either way, it does feel like you need to have some more connection with your husband conversations, communication, whatever it is before you bring children into this world, okay? So I don't feel like right now is the right time, all right? Hope that helps. Hi, RN Kara. Hey, A+ Manders. Christine, will my boyfriend move to Florida with me in the future? Okay, so I'm really confused by that question. Are you already living in Florida and you want him to meet you in Florida? Or are you guys planning together to move to Florida? Because actually that question is not clear to me, so I can't get you a clear answer. So feel free to rewrite it again. And then, we can see what's going on. Okay, so you're oversensitive Cancer. Hi there, Rach VKS. Will me and my ex-boyfriend who recently split ever be in a peaceful relationship together? Will me and my ex-boyfriend who recently split ever be in a peaceful relationship together? I don't like giving not good information or not. So I'm taking a pause because I want to make sure that I communicate this information as easily as possible. It doesn't feel like you guys are actually energetically on the same page or in the same realm. So you guys don't have the same frequencies. As a matter of fact, I feel, and I'm seeing images of warriors, I feel like you guys do better when you're arguing and fighting. And that's not really what you want. I feel like what you want is not who your boyfriend is. And it does feel to me like you would be more apt to be in a tumultuous relationship to at least be in a relationship. Now, I really want to be wrong with that. Maybe I am. You'll have to let me know. But, to answer your question, it just doesn't feel like you guys are a really good match. So when you're asking me, will me and my ex-boyfriend who recently split ever be in a peaceful relationship together? I don't think so. I think you guys are just so different that that's the way it is. Now, if you're totally cool and totally fine with someone you're not on the same page with, go for it. But it's not something that I suggest because I do feel like you'd be leaking your energy and that there is someone else out there for you. So I do apologize for bringing you such not good news. But I also don't sugarcoat and I don't bullshit. So the answer to me is no, okay? Now, if you want me to be wrong, I want to be wrong, all right? I hope that helps. Hey, Brittany. Haley loves cats. Hey guys. Do you see my next boyfriend becoming my husband? That's for Justina. Do you see my next boyfriend becoming my husband? I do not. I see you being 3 boyfriends away from your husband. Now, when I say 3 boyfriends, I'm going to change that a little bit to influential relationships because I do feel like you can have an influential relationship with somebody and them not be a boyfriend. So it could be sooner. I don't know that I want to label it and box it in boyfriend. I feel like I want to say an influential relationship, okay? I feel like you're about 3 away. Now, the timing between each of them, that is up to the divine. But that's the information I get as of right now. All right? Hope that helps. Let's see. Hi, Nancy. Hey, Katie. Hope I'm doing well and staying healthy. Yes, I am, Katie. Thankfully, I appreciate you checking in on me. Kayla is laughing. Okay, Gerline is asking, hi, Terry. Have I manifested the love that I've always dreamed of with my current partner? Girl, you would know that. You would know that. So I'm going to say no. If you're questioning and you're asking whether you've manifested that love that you've always dreamed of, so like your end all be all, no. And here's the second part of that. I'm also of the belief that our perfect ideal love doesn't exist because we're human and we all make mistakes. So I don't think you'll ever find anybody who will have that ideal, dreamy, aspect of love that you may be expecting. So that doesn't mean that your current partner isn't great, and it doesn't mean that you guys can't have fun and you don't love each other. But if you're questioning this, the answer is no. No. All right. Sorry, Gerline. That's the best way that I can answer this question with the amount of time that we have. All right. Thank you so much for writing in. You're welcome, Tara. Okay, your oversensitive Cancer says, is there something wrong with my dog since she itches 24/7 and drives everyone crazy, but I love her? Okay, so I will consider that a relationship question only because you love your dog. But that's an odd question to ask in a relationship reading. So, is there something wrong with my dog since she's, well, you know, I don't feel, and again, I'm not an animal communicator, but I'm trying to tap into her energy. And I feel like she's very rambunctious and she might have a little bit of anxiety, but to me, it feels like allergies, which is good news, bad news. Bad news is that she has them. And I do feel like they're seasonal or they're reoccurring, or if they haven't been reoccurring, they're going to start reoccurring, but it feels like it's allergies. You may want to try first, before you try any medication, I feel like diet. Like she might have to be on a salmon diet. I don't know why that's coming through, but it is. So hopefully that's some sort of information for you loving your dog. All right? Hope that helps. Fun size geek. Oh my God, my dog is too much. I know. Thank you. Thank you. Alana Kleiner has a question here. My grandma and I haven't had a good relationship since my grandpa passed. First of all, my condolences. I feel like she has a lot of resentment, bad feelings against me. Should I try to talk to her and rebuild our relationship? So to me, what it feels like is that grandma is, I feel like you're interpreting it as a lot of resentment or bad feelings against you. But it feels to me like she hasn't necessarily dealt with her grief or loss. And I feel like if you talk to other family members, you'll notice or you'll learn or discover that you're not the only one she's a problem with. So to me, she hasn't fully grasped, and I don't care how much time has passed, but it feels to me she hasn't quite grasped and come to a full and complete closure with grandpa passing. And I feel like you might be taking it a bit personal. So, it's normal because as humans, we have egos. But when you're asking me, should I try and talk to her and rebuild our relationship? You are talking to somebody who has a huge, strong belief system in the art of repairing any and all kind of relationships. So to answer your question in that way, yes, I'm always like, yes, try and rebuild and try and repair. You'll want to make sure you do it the right way. So you might want to do some research on what's called active listening. Okay. I'm sure there's YouTube videos that show you how to do it. That helps with the repair of any breakdown of any relationship. But to me, I almost feel like you're taking this a little too personal. I don't care if years have gone by or just months. Grandma lost grandpa. So it's not necessarily about you right now. And there's something that feels like you're taking it too personal and your ego is a bit involved. Please don't be upset at me for saying this, but I don't sugarcoat. I just tell it like it is. All right. So, just have patience with grandma, have patience with yourself. I know that there's a lot of angry feelings. I can feel a lot of anger on your end. I feel like you're feeling rejected, neglected, and even abandoned. And I'm not going to say that that's okay, but there's a part of me that's going to say it's okay only in the fact that those are your feelings and they're authentic and they're valid. But yes, you should try and talk to her and you should try and rebuild a relationship. And that is coming from someone who just tries everything before I say, see ya, peace out. So Google active listening, watch some YouTube videos, and that could be a really beautiful, lovely way to repair this relationship, okay? I hope that helps. Let's see. Okay. Nancy, are my husband and I a good match? Nancy Villalobos, that's who's asking this. I'm sitting with it because I'm not getting a clear yes and I'm not getting a clear no. It feels to me that you're just really unsure of what your, not necessarily experience, but expectations of what a marriage should be. And like I was telling somebody earlier, I can't remember who, please forgive me. It might have been Noor or Gerline, I can't remember. But, you know, there really is no ideal way of loving someone or somebody showing up as that love, like that ideal dream love, because we're humans. Humans make mistakes all the time. Humans fuck shit up. Okay, so there is no such thing as perfection. And it feels to me like you went into marriage with an expectation that isn't being met. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not a good match. So I'm not sure you necessarily phrased the question the right way. And that's what's coming up for me. It does feel to me like there is room for improvement on your end and your husband's end, but it really feels to me like what really needs to be done is a reassessment of your expectation of what marriage is and what marriage isn't. And so I feel like you're just getting lost in labels and like boxing and expectations. So to me, that's how I'm able to answer your question with the amount of time that we have in this reading. So hopefully that helps you. I know you're looking for an exact yes or no, but that information isn't coming up because I still feel like there's more work for you to do on your end in regards to your expectations and your view of what marriage is. Okay, I hope that helps. Kotamet. Okay, I would like to know when my next romantic relationship will come into my life. Thank you for taking my question. Romantic relationships. So here, again, just like someone else, I can't remember who I said this for. You'll have to forgive me because I'm channeling and like the screen is going up and there's just too many things to keep track of and connect with spirit. So I feel like there's still some more in terms of really what you're asking. I know you're saying romantic relationship, but you're asking about your person. I can feel it. That's really what you're asking, because I can say your next romantic relationship could come tomorrow and you still wouldn't believe it. So I'm going to answer it as if you're asking when your person's going to come, not your next romantic relationship, okay? Your person, I feel, is still 2 to 3 years off. Again, I could be wrong. That's based off of this conversation. It feels to me like there is a problem that you might have, and of course, it's based on your past. You're not the only one that has this issue, just so you know that. So I'm not trying to single you out by any means. But it feels to me like you have a problem showing your true vulnerability, getting to that real authentic place for fear of rejection, just like a lot of us have. So again, you're not alone on that. But the thing is that in order for relationships to not only just be established, but to thrive, there has to be vulnerability. And I feel like it's very difficult for you to be vulnerable. It's way easier for you to put on a mask, literally. Like your Instagram picture has a mask. So I feel like you hide a lot of yourself. And it's not just because of your picture. It's just, again, it's that vulnerability thing. And vulnerability is hard. It is hard. But it's one of the things that will make a relationship stick, a relationship be had, and a relationship last. It's vulnerability, okay? Which means the ability to say, I fucked up, or the ability to say, I'm really scared to say I love you, or share I love you with you, or whatever, because I'm afraid you're going to reject me otherwise. So it's super hard. I just don't feel like you have that maturity just yet. You need some more experiences, okay? So that's what's coming through. To me, I feel like 2 to 3 years is when your person's going to come. Your next romantic relationship, let's face the fact, you're a beautiful person. You can just jump into bed with somebody in 10 minutes. I don't think that you want to during COVID, but it's not hard for you to get a romantic relationship. So just so you know that. All right. All right. Thank you for asking your question. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, who wants? Nice to see you. Crown the light. When will I find out my purpose? Well, this is a relationship reading. So if you want to find out information about your purpose, you're going to have to schedule a reading. Okay. Hey, Fun Size Geek. Whoa, I was wondering if I will meet my person of interest. Okay, Fun Size Geek. You're not going to find your person of interest if you can't just say, who or what it is that you actually want to meet. So even in just your asking of your question, there is a lot of like fear behind showing up, right? Like you can't even say, I want to know when I'm going to find my person. You're calling him person of interest, right? So you're hiding still. You're hiding from truth. So sorry to say that. I'm not calling you a liar. By no means are you a liar, but I don't think you're necessarily showing up in full authenticity, that you're able to actually meet your person just yet. So I can't answer your question, but if you keep saying my person of interest, it's really your person, just your person. You can meet plenty persons of interests, people of interests. You meet them all the time. Okay, so start to get really clear with the question that you want to ask, and you'll start to notice that things in your life get cleared up as well. Okay, so hopefully that helps. I know that's not what you were looking for, but that's what I'm able to provide you. Whittle fruit. Am I going to find someone and also stay connected with the person I'm in an open relationship with? Am I going to find someone? And also, so you're looking to have an open relationship with yourself as well. So you're in an open relationship, but you also want to have an open relationship. That's what I'm picking up. So, you know, people who have open relationships, it's actually easy to find more relationships. So that's not an issue. You know, I feel like you really got to ask yourself whether you want to settle down with just one person and be monogamous or not. That's really what I think you're asking. And that's only a question that you can answer. Okay? If you're not ready, that's fine. If you are ready, that's fine. But the way you're asking your question is actually easy for me to answer. Of course, you're going to find someone and stay connected with the person that you are with, because that's how open relationships work. Open relationships work with more than one person. Now, if you're having conversations or you don't have clarity, that means communication not being had. So, you know, you might want to talk with the current people you're in relationship with to find out clarity for yourself, whether you are capable, not capable, if able, if they will give you permission, because I feel like there's a permission thing going on here, whether it's you permitting yourself or your partners giving permission for you to find somebody else or to expand your relationship community. I guess it's the best way to say it. So that's something that you're going to have to work out with your current partners before anything can even happen, before any forward steps can happen, okay? So hopefully that helps. But there's something about permission. So you might want to look into that, whether it's you giving yourself permission or your partners, your current partners, however many there are, giving you permission, all right? Okay, Shay Sparks, that is not a relationship question, so I'm going to pass on that. Oh, Kayla, love you, Terry. Oh, you're so sweet. Hey, Spencer, so good to see you. Spencer, do you see me getting into a relationship with a guy or girl? That's a good question. You know, when you are open enough, it doesn't matter. What it does feel to me, I feel like you need feminine energy. So again, I go by energy, I don't go by sexual identity. Okay. So that is what I feel like you need for a relationship. So if it's a guy that you get into a relationship with, he should be more on the feminine side. And if it's a girl that you get into a relationship, she should be more on the feminine side, because there are masculine women out there. But to me, what it feels like who will be most compatible with you will be someone who has feminine energy, because I feel like you do like to provide, protect, and create structure. And that's very masculine. And we got, you know, when it comes to relationships, there has to be masculine and feminine energy. Otherwise, masculine energy and masculine energy will cause repulsion. right? It'll be a power play. And if it's feminine energy, and feminine energy is going to be boring as shit. So you have to have that duality of feminine and masculine energy. And that does not have to come with a sexual identity. So I hope that helps. Really, for you, Spencer, I feel like whoever you end up with has to be more feminine. Okay? There you go. Bree TV, hello. Hey, who wants pizza? Oh my God, I love her name. And I'm hungry, so I could totally get some pizza. It's Kelly, has a question. Will me and my boyfriend be able to purchase a home and gain more happiness with our home life? I feel yes. But to me, I feel like the good timing, does that even make sense? The best timing for you guys to start house searching, this is coming through. I'm just going to give it next December. So not even this winter, next winter. I feel like because of everything that's going on financially, there's going to be influxes. And I feel like next year is going to be a really great year, mid to late year. I feel like it'll be really good to purchase property. And I feel like you guys will get more bang for your buck. The question, will we gain more happiness with our home life? It feels to me like that's undetermined, but I feel really good about you guys buying a house together. And I feel really good about the timing being next December. Okay? So I hope that helps. Hey, Pepper Cherries, nice to see you. Spencer BFF. A Van Wink. Can you tell me more about the relationship between me and my boss? Can you tell me more about it? Yeah, I'm going to pull a card for this because this one's not coming through so easily, which tells me there's one of you guys is blocked. I kind of feel like it's your boss. Okay, so this is what's coming through. I feel like your boss is not necessarily being honest with you. Good Lord, is there sex going on? Or is there physical intimacy going on with you and your boss? I'm getting that vibe. So, I know you're asking me about the relationship between you and your boss, and upon first glance, it's like, oh, this is platonic, but this actually feels romantic. So I think you're couching this in, I feel like there are definite feelings, emotional feelings, probably sexual feelings going on with this. But I gotta tell you, I feel like your boss might be wearing a mask, or the whole mask thing is coming up because it's easy to hide behind masks. It means we don't have to really show up, right? I feel like your boss is not being honest with you. So when you're asking me, tell me about the relationship, here's what I gotta say. If there's anything sexual going on, if there's anything romantic going on, I would do my best, if I were you, to not get emotionally attached or emotionally connected. Keep it just a work thing. Because I feel like he's just not being honest. I don't know why. I feel like he might even be married or in a relationship and just not tell you about it. So there's something about, relationship between you and your boss. Someone's lying. That's all I can say is someone is lying. If I were you, I would just keep it at, he's my boss. I'm taking a step back from any sex or emotions or anything like that. So, and I feel like it might already be a little too late for that. So I'm going to send you a lot of hugs. Okay. I hope that helps. Crown the Light. I just left a relationship with a man I had a soul connection with. Did I make the right decision? Will we meet again? Oh, I hate that. I've done that. And it's the hardest thing to do. Oh my goodness. I just had to connect my heart to yours for just a moment. So very, very difficult thing to do. What a brave woman you are. Oh, how courageous you are. I'm not getting a firm yes or no. What I am getting is that you are strong as fuck. You don't even know how strong you are because I know your heart is still broken. Please be kind and compassionate to yourself during this time. Your heart is not a light switch that you can just turn on and off, okay? So please, 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 please be really kind and compassionate to yourself. I feel like it doesn't feel to me like there was a real huge break or tear. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is I don't think there was that much drama. I don't think this was like there was abuse. Could I be wrong? Maybe, but it doesn't feel like that. I mean, I feel like the decision and the choice you made, yes, was the right decision and the choice. I have a yeah, but okay. Yes, was the right decision and the right choice for you to make. because it's time for you to stop abandoning yourself for this person. So this is a time for you to regroup and reconnect with yourself. So I'm really proud of you for that. But I gotta tell you, I don't feel like it's over. What I don't want to do is I don't want to give you hope, and I don't want to give you dreams and all of those things, okay? But I feel like it's not over. So that could have just been a chapter in your whole story. But that doesn't mean he's your person. Are you hearing me? That doesn't mean he's your person. It just means that there's a story to be continued. How long down the line, I'm not getting, but yes, you made the right choice because it's time to come back to yourself. You were abandoning yourself. Now, I feel that he knows, but is just not aware or conscious of the fact that there was a genuine connection. So you didn't make that up either. Okay, so it's really important that I share that with you. So I don't feel that this is over. Don't feel it's over. But again, I don't want to instill hope on you. That's based off of this conversation right now that we're having. Okay, sweeties? So you have all of my sympathy. I know what that's like. It is the hardest thing to do, to step away from someone who you know is like a good match. And sometimes they're like, I don't know. But you sticking around in something like that, you were just feeding in, and you were giving more of yourself away. Okay, so you're gonna be fine. You made the right decision. I feel you, sister. I feel you. Take all the time you need to heal. Take all the time you need to take care of yourself. And when the reconnection does happen, or he steps back in, or you step back in, or whatever, you're gonna be different. And that's a good thing. All right, my dear, I hope that helps. Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. She just said, you look beautiful today. I love the bright colors and the cute hair. Thanks. This I did like an aerobics thing earlier, and this is how we deal with it. Thank you. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Goldie. Hey, Kareen. Hey, Noor. Oh, Noor, this is what profession do you see my future spouse working in? I'd also love to know your opinion on twin flames. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about twin flames because I already took your question, and we'll see if there's other people's questions that I can take, because I'm probably only going to stay on here maybe another 5 or so minutes because my energy is being drained because I'm hungry. And self-care. It's what I tell people, self-care. Mama's going to take self-care too. So my opinion on twin flames. Okay. I don't really necessarily think they exist. I think it's more of a human attachment issue. That's my personal feeling. Now, if you have a different opinion, you are so allowed to have your opinion, and I'm not going to sit here and argue I'm right, you're wrong, because your reality is true and real to you, just like my reality is true and real to me. I personally think the twin flame thing is an emotional human attachment issue. But I do feel that there is such a thing as soul connection. So, it's just a matter of how are you going to label things, because there's been definitely 1, possibly 2 people, huge, amazing connections with, where there's been human attachment to that's made the situation really, really hard. And usually there's a runner, and then there's a chaser, and that's just basically the avoidant, anxious avoidant dance. So yeah, those are my feelings about twin flames. All right, I hope that helps. Okay, so Spencer, I already asked your question. Let's see here. I'm trying to get to people who I haven't answered questions yet. Let's see. I'm not answering child questions. Okay, Christine, I already talked to. Gerline, you're welcome. #Amanda. 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 Ooh, sorry, I just butchered your name. Okay, should I feel guilty being in the relationship I'm in? No, you should never feel guilty about being in the relationship that you're in, especially if you're feeling good. If you're feeling bad, you probably want to do some sort of internal like digging or investigation, like why you're feeling guilty. But guilt is usually like behavior oriented, like you're feeling like you're doing something wrong, and it kind of goes hand in hand with shame. So that is thinking that you are wrong. But no, you should never feel guilty about being in a relationship if it feels good. Every relationship teaches us how to relate to other human beings, and it doesn't matter the circumstances that it's at. Look, I do readings all the time. I coach people all the time, and I am coaching people who are having affairs. It is not my job to judge. It is not my job to do any of those things. My job is to make sure you're clear, that you know about your own feelings and where you stand. And if you're asking me this question, that's something you have to dig deep within yourself, right? But you should never feel guilty, because we all learn how to grow, shift, evolve, and change by relating to other people, other situations, and other things, okay? The worst thing humans can do is place judgment, right? So I would go so far as to say you are judging yourself for being in the relationship that you're in, and that is something that you want to investigate. But no, you should never feel guilty about the relationship that you're in, because remember, relationships take two parties. It's not just about you. So whoever you're in a relationship with, if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, or both of you guys are feeling, or you're thinking that there's some sort of something is wrong, and it feels so good, energetically you are out of balance, and you probably want to work on that. But no, I don't think you should be feeling guilty about the relationship that you're in. So I hope that helps. Tiny Tot Soft Play. Hey, I finally caught you in a live. You're the best. Oh, you're the best. Thank you. I appreciate your compliment. I really do appreciate it. Okay, Sonam, I've already answered your question. I'm sorry, I'm skipping you. What? Hold on a second. I hate when this happens. Okay, Sherry Diane, and I'm probably going to take one more. Damn it, technology, what the hell is happening here? Come on. Okay, there we go. Sherry Diane, I've been married 33 years, and now I don't feel the same about him, and I don't know what to do. I'm almost 60, and I don't know how to start over at this point. Any suggestions? Girl, 60 years old these days is like the new 40, okay? You still have a long life to live. I don't know that you want to live it miserable. And not only that, people are dating and living significantly longer than they used to. So if you're concerned about whether you'll find another partner, not even an issue. I do feel that you don't die alone. I'm so sorry for being so blunt like that, but that's like what came out, and I know that might be really uncomfortable to hear, but I also feel like you need to hear that. Like that might be a concern of yours. So first of all, you're not going to be alone. You might be alone in, for a little bit if you do choose to leave your husband and start a new life, which I can't tell you what to do, but I got to tell you, I feel if you made the choice and you decided to go with a different potential timeline and possibility that you're in right now, you could actually have what I might call a second life. That you'd actually be like looking at your current husband or your current relationship as a past life. So that's completely and totally up to you. But what I can tell you is that if you do choose to make the choice or the decision to leave your current situation, you will not be alone. You will not die alone. As a matter of fact, what I'm picking up on is an amazing partner who has really great kids. So you'd be gaining a whole new family that you would actually feel peace and settled in with, because something tells me, I know you've been married for 33 years and that's a really long time, and kudos to you for sticking it out, but it hasn't been peaceful and it hasn't been easy, and I feel like you've never really been able to be yourself. So now is the time to be yourself. I don't care if you're 60 human years old. I don't give a flying fuck. That's only human years. What about all of your energy? What about all of the feelings and the emotions that you can have that you haven't either been able to have been given permission to have, you know, or don't know to have. How exciting is that? So that is me. I can't make this choice and decision for you. I mean, I just don't. It's all up to you. But when you ask any suggestions, have some support. Have some support through this process. Don't do it alone. In a way, it can feel like empty nest syndrome. It's like all of a sudden, you know, you had a husband for so long and all of a sudden you don't. And it's like, what do I do? Where do I go? What does life look like? Girl, I can coach you through it. I can work with you. I can make you feel good about it and empower yourself in the process. And you know I don't sugarcoat. You know I don't bullshit. And I cuss like a freaking sailor. So you're just going to get the honesty with me. If that's something you want, we can work together in coaching. But if that's something you're not ready for, don't do it either. I trust you that you will know what you need to do. But I can tell you, I don't feel like you'll be dying alone if you do choose a different choice. All right, my dear, I hope that helps. Hey, Joy, so nice to see you. All right, I'm gonna take this one last question. It's from Eli Bowling 1. Hi, Terry. Since coming out 6 years ago, I've felt super distant with my mom. Will that relationship ever be mended? Oh, I'm so sorry. To me, it's so difficult. I don't know, because again, it's like, it's that whole judgment factor that, thank God, like I don't judge people, because there's no way I could be doing what I do if I'm here going, you should be doing that, you shouldn't be doing that. But you know, these conditions are like really a bitch, right? So that's basically what it feels like with your mom. She was conditioned to think and be a certain way. So I can understand, and you have my sympathy, because I would hate for my mom to just be like, oh, you're just going to be with a woman? Fine. We're never going to have grandkids or whatever. I mean, I come from a Jewish family, so like procreation is like the number one thing. No kids happening here. Even though I'm not gay, no kids. My point is that your mom was raised a certain way. Your mom behaves a certain way. She does a certain thing based on how she was conditioned and she was raised. And here comes her son who is not meeting those expectations. And she's like, fuck. And what it feels like to me is she's taking things personal. Like she's making herself wrong, or she did something wrong. That's what it feels like to me. So, you know, will the relationship ever be mended? I don't feel like it'll ever be the way it used to be. So that's something that you're going to have to really come to closure with, and, you know, really come to accept that your relationship with your mom, the way it used to be when you were a little boy and you were the apple of her eye, is just not going to be the same. But that's not because anything's wrong with you. That's because of her conditioning and because she's taking things personal. This can be mended, but it will take time. Okay. And that really, you know, do you want to put in the time, and what are your expectations? So there is something that feels like to me, like you also have to sort of assess what your expectations of the relationship with your mom would look like, should look like, could look like, right? So you have to make sure you're not conditional with that. So there's going to have to be a part of you that is completely and totally 1,000 gazillion bazillion, that's an actual number, % okay with not getting her full acceptance, so that you can still have a relationship with her. That's not an easy thing to do, but that is acceptance, and that can turn into closure. So it's about you really looking at your expectation of a relationship with your mom, because it's never going to be the same. But that's not because you're broken or something is wrong with you, or because you know, you're out of the closet. It's because she's taking it personal, and it's a reflection of her. So this is all about her. It's not about you. So if you can get into your heart about this and get past anger, I know that there's a lot of anger. I can feel a lot of anger. That's going to take work on your end, and it's going to take work on her end, but it's going to take a lot longer for her to kind of step up. But I do feel like this can be mended. I really do feel like this can be mended. It's going to be a delicate process, so you're probably going to want to have help with it. Like in terms of, well, how do I phrase things? How should I do things? I think earlier I had mentioned active listening. Google or YouTube, whatever, active listening, and see if you can, approach your mom with that information and come from that way, okay? And then you'll find this being a more loving, more vulnerable, more open situation where you can have some acceptance and closure, but it's not going to be the way it used to be. And if you keep hoping or expecting, wanting or desiring that to be, you're just going to keep getting let down, okay? So I am sorry that you've felt distant from your mom, but I feel like this can be mended. So you can at least shrink that gap, all right? I hope that helps, Eli. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today on this live for relationship reading. I'm so excited. If I didn't get a chance to read for you today, or you want me to go further or deeper, please feel free to book a reading with me. You can do that by checking me out at terryhuberman.com. I can do a reading with you if you want to work longer term with me. I can coach you through issues, through challenges. Of course, in that coaching are readings and energy shifting and healings and all the things. And then I also have a Patreon community, right? Where in that place, there are live workshops, there are more readings as well, and there are sessions. And there's exclusive content just for being part of that community. All right, so you can check me out at patreon.com/intuitive coaching or intuitive Coach Terry. Sorry about that. So join the community, like-minded people. You'll get different things. You'll get readings, workshops, all the things. It's more exclusive, and you can always book a reading. I am so grateful to have you guys join me. Thank you. Without you, I couldn't do this, and I just want to help people as much as I can. Of course, I do it really authentically, so I'm sorry if I said things that maybe pissed you off, or maybe, were hard to hear, but I speak truth. I want you to be well prepared for potentials and possibilities, and I do my best to connect to your heart. And so if I say things that aren't exactly like what you want to hear, I'm going to say I'm sorry, but I'm also going to say it's important to hear that because it's for your highest good and your highest intention. All right, guys, what am I always saying to you? Stay connected. Stay connected to your friends and family. Stay connected to yourself. Stay connected to me, and I'll see ya on the flip side.